guys, it's Sweet Truth Thursday. I decided to record early instead of doing live while the house was the most peaceful and I still had on my work clothes and just to go ahead and get it done with and all of that. So for Sweet Truth Thursday, today I went to A.W. Lynn's. I snuck off from my family. Anybody that is a mom, or just has a maid knows that us as women, every once in a while, we go and we sneak off and just do something on the way home. So I stopped and got me some egg rolls from A.W. Lynn's because they're so good. But I also got a fried cheesecake from them because I've told you guys so many times that cheesecake is my absolute favorite. So I'm not going to eat it right now. Hold on. But this is it. And then they give you like a little chocolate drizzle or whatever. But it's so good because, I don't know, it's warm and gooey and it's also chocolate with it. So it can't go wrong. Sorry about the glare in the back, you guys. Let me see. Let me see. Move away from the window. Maybe that'll help. Give me a second. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. My favorite spot was just a little bit too bright for the recording. I'm trying not to mess with my hair because my parents say I'm always messing with my hair in these videos. But anyway, so for Sweet Truth Thursday, I decided to talk about a topic that is very near and dear to me. And when I say near and dear, it's something that is very, that I'm very aware of. Things, something that I talk about, in my testimony and just, try to make people more aware of this. Now everybody's aware of the, is it the Me Too, I think, movement, where people are starting to be more transparent about abuse, sexual assault. We have, was it Weinstein? He just had his trial and was found guilty of different, offenses. And then we have, R. Kelly, who is also, facing charges. Well, in watching these, and of course, a while back we had, Bill Cosby, and we've had Kevin Spacey. Okay, so in watching these different things and watching these processes go through, I'm a comment reader. I'll go in and I'll read the comments just to see the type of stuff that people are saying. And I think one of the things, and then even on my timeline, one of the things that amazes me the most is, one, the willingness to give pedophiles a pass, or putting a time limit on the capability to be able to tell. And so I try to educate people on this thing, okay? First of all, just know that anybody that is a child molester or a rapist, okay, they are not doing it just for sexual gratification. It is a power thing. Okay, it's to have power over someone. When you talk about these celebrities and some of the things I read, it's like, well, they can have whoever they want to have. Why would they do this? And what would be the point of that? And or that sort of thing. It's like, well, it has more to do with power. It has nothing to do with who they can have or anything like that. It has to do with their own, them feeling powerful over someone, and having that control over someone. Okay. Then another thing that I seen that came up was, well, why do they wait so long to tell? You have to understand that when people go through situations like this, whether it be male or female that went through this, it's an embarrassing situation to talk about. It's not something that you just want to shout to the world. Because you also are second guessing yourself. You're wondering, well, dang, did I do something that maybe provoke this? Because society, that's the first thing they do is, well, you shouldn't have had on that little skirt, or you should be doing this and you should be doing that. Not necessarily they shouldn't be. And watching a lot of these cases, like, well, they knew what they were getting themselves into. Even when you start talking about the little girls in these situations, people still say, well, that little girl was just fast. She was being fast. No, we as a society have got to do better when it comes to this and protecting, the innocent. And like I said, it's not just the woman thing. Males get abused as well. And it's an embarrassing thing, to try to repeat blow by blow what happened to you, especially if it was a repeated occurrence. So some people are not strong enough initially to repeat that story. And then some people don't even realize how it is affecting them until much later, until they start trying to live life, maybe have relationships and things like that. So to criticize somebody because they didn't tell immediately, you guys, that's just totally wrong. Okay? It doesn't make it any less relevant that it happened. I don't care if that person is old and gray now. They deserve to pay for the things that they have done, to ruin someone else's life. And so a lot of the times and I say this all the time, I'm the oddball in the room. I'm usually the oddball in the room when you talk about relationships and men and women roles. And I'm often the eyeball when you start talking about sexual abuse and assault. Okay? Because I have several takes on this, because you also have those instances where people have been accused and they were not guilty of what they were accused of. Of course, we know that those instances happen, and that's absolutely wrong. However, that should not have us to where we excuse the behavior from others or make that be every situation. Another thing, because it's just a crazy topic to me, and it just amazes me how people are so okay with pedophilia and how many excuses you can think of for someone being a pedophile. Far as I'm concerned, if I don't care if this little girl or this whatever, when it comes to child molestation, I don't care if that little girl offered it up. Okay? You a grown man, or if it's a young man, you a grown woman. You're the adult in the situation. So it's still wrong. No matter what, the person's sexual history was. And that goes for grown women as well. I don't care if somebody sleeps with half the block every day. If they said no to you and you decided that no meant yes, then you raped them. Okay? You're wrong for that. That's you should pay for that. That's just plain and simple. I'm not sure how society got so tainted and so where it's like, well, that was a long time ago. People need to let that go. Do you know that that's one of the things that, because as a child, I did get molested. And then I was also raped. Both people were people that I knew. One of them I lived in a house with. And another was a relative's relative. What's interesting is a few years back, it came out in that family of the relative, that was a relative, whatever you want to call it, that this had happened to more than just me, that it happened to different women in the family or just different people, period. And I some kind of way got tagged into this conversation that was going on because I did come forward and actually went to the police about what happened to me in this situation. And his response, because of course I told y'all, I read comments was, well, that's been so long ago. Why you drudging up stuff, messing with people's mentally, and people didn't went on from that. You should let it go. There is no time limit on that stuff, you guys. Okay? I don't care if somebody did it 20 years ago and you just now deciding to come out with this information. That person has a right to not be a victim anymore and tell their truth. Okay? Now, leave it. Now, as far as the justice system and stuff like that, of course, they're going to do their process. But take it from somebody that has been through that process. They don't generally, it's very rare, but generally, they have to have some firm evidence to even make a case, to even think about prosecuting the case. So the next time that you see, people, a situation where this is happening, don't be so quick to say, well, why didn't they tell? Because they embarrassed. Okay? They embarrassed to tell. Everybody's not like me where they can just talk about it but that took years, for me to be able to just have a conversation about it or have somebody ask me questions about what happened to me. Okay? That took years. And this happened when from the time I was 12 till I was 15. I'm 44 years old now. So, and I can't tell you how much therapy I done been through. Okay? So I had lots of time to get to the point that I'm at. But those people that just decided to keep it to themselves, or their family told them, oh, you lying, that's hard when your own family don't believe you. Then what you supposed to do when you're a kid? Then what you supposed to do? And then when you get to be an adult and you're still carrying this stuff around, then what you're supposed to do? I want us to do better in a society when it comes to protecting people from pedophilia. And if you know that somebody is a pedophile, stop letting people leave their kids with them. Okay? Don't say, oh, well, no, I don't take my kids over there because I already knew that they... Well, why you didn't tell anybody else? Why you didn't say nothing? I know that pedophiles have family too, and their family members love them, just like killers do. But that doesn't mean that you should put other people in danger just because you have a loved one, that you love. And lastly, I want to say, stop leaving your children with just anybody. If you have a son and his dad doesn't come around, don't just send him off with any male just so he can have some male contact. I'm sorry that, they may not have a male around, but sometimes that can actually make it worse. There are some sick people in this world. If you have a daughter, don't just be leaving your daughter with just anybody. From the time that they babies on up, it is your job, to protect them the best that you can. And there's so many headlines where I'm seeing that people are doing just terrible things to these babies. God gave us kids, gave us babies, and they are a blessing. Do your best to take care of your babies. Sometimes things happen unfortunate and they were out of your control. Things that you, had no idea of, and you did everything that you could to protect them. But some stuff that I'm seeing is just plain, neglect or just not paying attention, to who you leave your kids with. So that's my Sweet Truth Thursday. I know it was kind of heavy today, but that's just something that's been on my mind. Because I know so many people that have been through this. I've been through this. Unfortunately, more times than I care to even get deep into today, have been in these situations. And I know what it's like for somebody to call you a liar, to defame your reputation, to tell people that you just was a fast girl, that they didn't do nothing wrong and it was you, and for people to actually believe it, spread that rumor, and for the person that did it to be thought of as a good person. That's hard, you know? So next time you see something like that, just kind of think about this. If you're watching this video, think about it. Think about what I'm saying to you as a person that has been through that situation before and understands what it's like to have to go through such a thing and then to be basically treated as if you're the one who is wrong. You're the one that has the problem, or you should, what your body or your emotions, your livelihood doesn't matter enough. It has a time limit on it. You know, it may have took forever to work up the nerve, but your time is up. You shouldn't have said nothing. You should have let it go. It's never too late to tell your truth, to resolve it for yourself, to do what you need to do to heal. It's not about the other person. Don't let them have power over you. Be able to, and somebody was like, you don't have to forgive, but you do have to forgive. But you don't have to continue to be abused or continue to pretend as if it's okay. All right, you guys, drop your questions and your comments below. Follow me on Shay Cherie and YouTube. Also, follow me on Instagram, Shay Cherie. And if you have any video ideas, I've been getting some ideas from different people. If you have any video ideas, go ahead and submit them to me, and I will gladly bring them up, talk about them, either on Sweet Truth Thursday or throughout the week. And also follow me on Facebook, Memoirs of an Imperfect Christian. Imperfect Christian. All right, you guys, make sure that you subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.